It's the Tim Constantine Show.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hi there, it's Tim Constantine with you. Now, human nature is when something goes wrong, you've got to blame somebody. If you're the victim of a crime, you've got to blame somebody. You might not know who actually committed the crime, but you got to point the finger towards someone. It's just how we're wired. There's got to be someone we are blaming. Well, politics has perfected that. The art of blaming has been perfected in politics. It doesn't matter whether the Democrats lose or the Republicans lose. The losing party will then spend an enormous amount of time and effort for the weeks after the election pointing the finger. Oh, it was so-and-so's fault. Oh, it was the candidate's fault. Oh, it was the manager's fault. But usually in elections, that kind of fizzles out after, 2 or 3 weeks. Thanksgiving rolls around, Christmas rolls around. And by the time the new year comes, well, the party is kind of cobbling itself back together and trying to strategize and work on new things. Unfortunately for the Republican Party, not so this year. It appears there is going to be a civil war of sorts. There's a gentleman named Karl Rove. He appears regularly on Fox News and elsewhere. And now he said, you know why we lost last year? The Tea Party. He's blaming the Tea Party. He's blaming the conservatives in the Republican Party. Well, joining me from the Tea Party and the Tea Party News Network is Scottie Hughes. And Scottie, I suspect you might disagree with Mr. Rove.
Just a tad, but you know what? I have to say this. I think there might be a difference in the Karl Rove that we saw 3 days ago and the Karl Rove that when he emerges from his foxhole and sticks his little head out like Punxsutawney Phil, that we're going to see. Because if there's any man that has learned of the wrath of the Tea Party and its followers, it's going to be Karl Rove.
Bottom line is, I agree with you. Moderates have not done well for the Republican Party. So why is it that Karl Rove and the others like him seem to think that's the answer? More importantly, why is it that now, this early, they are staking their position and saying, we're going to go after any of these Tea Party people?
Because they think that they can get away with it. Karl just did something that even Barack Obama could not accomplish within the Republican Party. We were angry after the November election, but we were angry. We knew who our enemy was over there. What he just did is he showed us the literally, like I said, the wolves in sheep clothing, those false Republicans that were truly out just to elect people that they hung out with on Sundays at the country club and who only put people in Congress and Senate that had zeros after their name in the bank account. Now, and that is what is wrong with the Republican Party, and Karl just showed his true color.
The mainstream media will sometimes draw out the Tea Party as some extremist group. And yet, when I look at the basic policies, the basic beliefs of the Tea Party, they are things that 3 out of 4 Americans believe in. You talk today in the column you wrote, you talk about the need for a coherent policy, candidates and a party that has a very specific policy and set of beliefs. Tell me what those are. Tell me what the Tea Party believes.
They've made it where people believe in Tea Party principles like capitalism, limited government, taxation with representation, those sorts of fiscal conservative policies that most Americans agree on, but you don't want to label yourself as a Tea Party person because of the negative connotation that's come. So the Tea Party is going to go over a rebranding over the next year, and they're going to sit there and they're going to make it so that people don't feel ashamed to call themselves Tea Party.
All right, before I let you go, let's talk specifics. Karl Rove has said he wants to fight against the Tea Party type candidates. Obviously, the Tea Party wants to fight against moderate candidates. What is the Tea Party going to do specifically in the next couple of years to try to recruit conservative people?
I think that there's actually more good people in this country that need to be in office than are not. And so from that being said, if you are a person that are of good morals, good values, good judgment, and you truly have the best and no back agenda, and you truly think that you can make decisions that are good for this country, even if it's on a local alderman, mayor, governor, state purpose, or a national issue, you need to run. And all that the Tea Party needs to be able to do, if you truly are one of those people, is be able to help finance and be able to help give you the tools you need to run. But that's something that's going to happen. Now, Karl Rove can sit there and cherry-pick candidates, and I think that's extremely dangerous. I think the people need to be the ones. We don't need to have a PR campaign to decide our candidates. We need to have honesty, and we need to have true legitimate facts coming out about them, and maybe, just maybe, we can make politics not as dirty and be a little bit more honest.
Scottie, always a pleasure, my friend. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim.
It's the Tim Constantine Show.